Hey guys, welcome back to another Reading Your Comments video. I'm Wade, reading your comments, Lord777. Let's jump right in, shall we? Kevin Glass says, sorry Wade, but you weren't actually eating that much food. This is from Cockroach Simulator. You have to stay on it for a while, and then you see your progress on the cockroach icon in the upper right for your next earned life. Oh. Well, I heard the eating noise and thought that we were just... Okay, so I suck. Cool. Great way to start off the comments video by pointing out how bad I am at video games. This probably won't be the only comment to point that out. Yeah, that's probably a thing. But if we do go back to it, I think what Pat and I will do is we'll probably have like JP and Gar or some other people join us and try to see if that makes it more interesting than just having the one-on-one. But we will definitely try to take a little bit more time eating the food, see if that helps us make some babies. You know? Cool. All right. Maugre says they're goldfish. I don't know how to say goldfish names. That was probably the lamest whack game so far. This is Whack the Trump. And it was one that I was on the fence about doing, and the comments were on the fence about me doing it, which is about what I expected. But really, I've just had a history of doing all the wackier games, so I decided to do this one, and it was very mild compared to the other games, but I think that's because the creator of the game didn't want to seem like they were making a political statement. I do not know. I need to look into it and see if there's been a Whack the Hillary game yet or not, but I really just played it because it was another wackier game, and whenever I found that it wasn't too over the top and terrible, it was a very mild, wackier game compared to the other ones. It's like, all right, I'll post this and I'll just brace myself for the inevitable I'm a fish. The inevitable political wall of hate, which happened somewhat. You know, it is what it is. So, now here I am in this video making a comment related to politics. I hope that my comment section doesn't again devolve into that, but if it does, nothing I can do about it. I'm just here to have a good time. I think you guys should be here to have a good time. And if you want to have political debates, I don't think this is the forum for it, but I can't stop you. It's a free comment section. Shia LaBeouf says, Gar, I'm gonna hang you in the basement. No, not the basement. Hang me outside. Actually, I will hang you out here. No, put me in the basement. And me, pick a place already. K Bingo replied, I think he was hoping to make Gar walk around for long enough for Wade to wiggle away. That was in fact my goal. This is from Dead by Daylight. Gar had picked me up and was carrying me around, and I was trying to shimmy shammy like trying to, oop, then I'm breaking my computer, and I was trying so hard to get away. And, you know, Gar picked a hook and put me there. But I was hoping the back and forth would be like, maybe I will take him outside. Let's go back to the basement. It's like, all I need is for him to hesitate a little bit to give me an opening to get away. So, that was my plan. And, you know, it's Dead by Daylight. Gar's good at the game. He wasn't gonna fall for any Wade tricks. But, every now and then, Garma bites back. You should watch Dead by Daylight. It's a good series. It's a great game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it too. I've been joining Molly's streams for it every week and been recording those. I do want to record more with like Mark, Jack, and Bob, and more with JP, Pat, and Gar and stuff. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to do group recordings with that group, so I've been recording the sessions I've been on with Molly, and that's why there's been so much Dead by Daylight content. But you guys are enjoying it, so and I'm enjoying it, so it's worked out. So, coolio. Shadowhunt005 says, JP using the famous bear escape plan. You don't have to be faster than the bear, just the guys nearest you. Lol, 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 lol. Well, when the guy nearest you happens to be moi, you should not Laura Barrett me and get me killed! Not that I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter. Owen Wild says, everyone who likes this comment gets a potato. Well, I saw this, and listen to this, Owen Wild. I'm gonna click that like button. As you can see, there's not a blue hand there yet. I will click that like button. But I also read your comment on a Reading Your Comments video. I better get a lifetime flippin' supply of fries or something. Because if everyone who likes it gets a potato, what happens whenever I put it in a video, huh? Where's my all the potatoes? Because people are watching this. There'll be thousands of views on this video, and I think that should equal that many potatoes, but not all at once, because then they go bad. I don't want spoiled potatoes, but having lots of potatoes forever. Whatever, guys. You can judge me for putting this comment in, but I gave it a shot. I like potatoes, all right? Who doesn't? Potatoes. Yeah. Just like one of you. Rhino Mob 2PT0 says, Wade, I don't know if you may have said this before in another vid, but how did you meet Gar, JP, and Pat? Jory Nwachuku? I don't know how to pronounce, I'm sorry, I'm so bad. Replied, that's what I'm wondering. All right, well, buckle your seatbelts and brush your beards, everyone. Ladies, you too, because I'm about to tell you the story of how we all met. It was a sunny day in West Philadelphia where I was born and raised, and on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Wait, no, I was born in Cincinnati. Yeah, sorry, I was confusing myself with somewhere else. All right, so I met JP before I met Pat and Gar. I used to play a lot of Minecraft on the Vox Populi server, which the Vox Populi servers are still running. There's 3 of them now. There was 1 when I first started playing, and now there's 3. They are fantastic. Zombie and Latin are the owners. They do a great job. They've got an awesome staff. I just don't have time to get on as much anymore, else I would still play. But if you like Minecraft, you should check out their servers. All right, plug done. But I was building a cathedral for Molly, actually. The Cathedral Elisabetta, I think was what I named it. I think so. But it was kind of based roughly on Notre Dame. And while working on the cathedral, which took me, I think, a month of building every day, it was a very intricate cathedral. JP and my friend Alice showed up and were watching me build. And I was like, Alice, who's this? Who'd you bring? And she's like, oh, this is JP. He's cool. And it's like, he better not get in my way. I don't know, the last thing I need is people watching me and getting in my way while I'm trying to focus and build. But he didn't. He just quietly watched, didn't say a word, didn't ask for anything, he wasn't trying to be overly helpful where he's like every 3 seconds, can I get you anything? Would you like some blocks? Would you like some stone? Would you like some redstone? Would you like this? Would you like my clothes? And I'm like, whoa, hang on a second. But he didn't do that. He just watched. It's like, all right, this guy's cool. And then at one point I actually needed something. And I was like, hey, you there, JPW03, could you possibly get me so-and-so? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he went and got it, didn't say a word. And it was really nice. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, so this guy is not just trying to like get in my face or be overly helpful or anything else. He just genuinely likes watching me build. So I started talking to him here and there. I watched how he interacted with other people, and eventually I made him he joined my town. Molly's my town. And I enjoyed the way he interacted with people, was trying to help people out. He never seemed to really want anything. He just seemed like a genuinely good person. So I made him it wasn't staff, but I made him part of my town staff. I forget what the actual position was. And he was great, awesome. And we got to know each other through playing Minecraft. We started playing some other games together, became good friends, and here we are today. So that story was probably back in like 2012 or 13. And then I was playing, what game was it? Was it Destiny? I think I was talking to Zombie Mold about playing Destiny. And I feel like I got that game to play kind of with him. And he asked me one day if Patrick could join. I was like, who's Patrick? And he's like, oh, Patrick's a cool guy. He does some YouTube stuff. He's a really nice guy. He's awesome on the server and things like that. And I was like, all right, sure, whatever. We're just playing for fun. And Pat joined. Again, didn't, beg me for anything or like go crazy, whatever. He was just a normal dude. Not that like fanning is bad, but whenever you're just like trying to play a game for fun, and like there are certain times where you go to play something for fun and like someone runs into your face like, collab, and it's like, I'm just trying to play this for fun, man. Please give me a little bit of space. So it wasn't like that. I could tell I was not a stepping stone to Mark or trying to be used in any way. He just wanted to play Destiny. and we played, and I was treated like a normal human being, which was really cool, and we had a good time. So like I said, there's nothing wrong with fanning. I don't mind people fanning, but there's a place for like talking to fans, meeting fans, and whatever. And then there's a time when you just want to be, you know, Wade, the guy who existed before he did YouTube, and just wants to sit back and play games and not, you know, talk about numbers or YouTube or Markiplier or PewDiePie or anything like that. You just want to play a game and moan and groan when you suck at it, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we did it, whenever you win. And that's what we were doing. We were just playing the game and having a good time. There was nothing that felt uncomfortable about it. It was very natural, just 3 dudes playing Destiny. And I met Gar later on through Destiny as well. Zombie got me into the game and then kind of like disappeared from it for a while because he stays very busy with the server and stuff he's got going on in his life, just like I stay very busy with YouTube. But he kind of disappeared, and so Pat and I started playing with Gar. Pat and Gar had met prior, I think also on Destiny. We just started playing together, and one thing led to another. We started having a lot of fun. I don't remember how we all ended up working with JP in a recording. I'm trying to remember the first time. I don't remember the first recording the 4 of us did together, but whenever we did, we had great group chemistry. I feel like we were laughing and raging, and we just had each person contributed something really good and different. It was probably Ark. But anyway, we just had a good time, and I had a lot of fun with these guys. And at the time, we all weren't nearly as busy. Like Mark, Jack, and Bob all stay very busy. So it's hard for us to get together and do group recordings. But originally, the group that I'm doing, like Pat, Gar, JP, and I, we had a lot more free time, so we could record almost every day, and it was awesome. But life, you know, happens. So Pat works and streams and does YouTube. JP's got life in YouTube and everything. Gar's got life in YouTube and stuff now. Obviously, I was doing a lot of traveling this year, meeting fans at conventions. I had weddings I went to. I went and saw family this year. So we've all gotten a lot busier, which is unfortunate, but we try to make the most of the times that we get to record now. Mark, Jack, and Bob and I are still trying to find time to record. We actually have a group that we're messaging with each other right now, trying to sort stuff out like that. But that's how the 4 of us had met, and that's kind of how the workings all went down. So I went probably a little bit more detailed than that I needed to, but I hope you guys don't get the wrong impression when I say like fanning versus just normal treatment, because there's nothing wrong. I love it whenever like I'm out and about and you guys come up and say hi to me. I do. I love that. I love seeing you guys on the server, Vox Populi servers, and other games and things like that too. Like I said, there's just a time whenever you call up one of your old buddies that doesn't do YouTube and you want to hang out and just relax and reminisce on old times. And then there's a time where you're into talking about YouTube and stuff. Like there are times I have nothing else to talk about. It's like YouTube, that's all I know. That's my life now. But whenever you see that old friend from high school, it's like, oh man, let's catch up. Remember the days we used to play basketball and I tried to catch a raccoon with a fishing net and we succeeded. We caught that raccoon and we let it go, and that's a true story. I don't need to go into that right now, but yes, we used to go out and do stupid things like cut down parts of my mom's front yard trees to catch a raccoon that we then just let go anyway, but we just wanted to prove that we could do it because we're stupid. But anyway, it's just that different. It's like that time you want to just unwind with some buddies versus, talk about your job. There are times you just don't want to be, you want to be separate from a game or your job for a little while, because YouTube is work. I love my job. I love YouTube. I don't view it as a job. It technically is, but I don't look at it that way. That being said, there are still days where it's like, I just want to lay in bed. I don't feel like going to my office and turning on my lights and sitting in this chair and talking for half an hour. There are just days you don't feel like talking. And it's really hard to do YouTube when you don't talk, because my whole thing here is I'm talking. And it's very rare that I feel that way, but there are still times where it's like, I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play this game. I just want to watch football or watch someone else play a game or something, and blah, 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 whine, complain. And it's those kind of times that I'm referring to. So please don't think that I dislike fans or anything like that. That is not the point at all. Love you guys, and I love meeting you guys and interacting with you guys. There's just that time when you want to step away from what you see and do every day and have a different experience. That's all I'm saying. All right, cool. Glad we're on the same page. I was like 10 minutes on this, but it's a cool story and stuff, and I don't know, I like reminiscing. Crystalon says, before you go, I just want to ask, is there normally a toilet in a treehouse? The trolling, so epic. This is from a prop hunt video, and I was taunting JP a little bit because he may have overlooked me. This is kind of a spoiler, I guess, but there's really no way around it with the comment itself saying that, is there normally a toilet in a treehouse? But it's a good question. There's some people that are like, duh, wait, of course, if I had a treehouse, it would have a working toilet in it. Well, okay, you got some fancy treehouses then. Funny story, quick story. I actually got yelled at by a neighbor and threatened when I was a kid. He had a line of pine trees covered like as like a fencing almost to make his yard private. But my friend and I saw that and we were like, oh, this would be like an epic tree fort. So we took all of the sticks and logs and stuff from both of our yards and we dragged them to this guy's house and we started putting them like, we didn't have hammers or nails or anything, so we just started laying them across different branch sections in this guy's pine trees. And he came out and just saw all this crap in his yard where we were trying to build a fort in his trees. And he yelled at us and threatened us and made us leave. But just to throw this out there, we also did not have a working, functional toilet with flushing and stuff. We didn't have any kind of toilet in his trees, but we did try to build a tree fort in some mean guy's yard who didn't want us building a fort in his yard. Why? I mean, what were we gonna do other than bring all this underbrush and crap into his yard? Oh, kids are dumb. I was a dumb kid. I was a smart kid. I was a good kid, but I was a dumb kid. Just didn't understand. People have their own space and property. Who would have thunk? Blue Walker 02 says, round of applause for Gar's trap that caught Nin. That was genius. It was. We were so excited. We thought, spoiler alert here, but we thought Nin had it home free. We thought she was gone. And then Gar happened. He's good. He's clever. He's smart. We give him a lot of crap, but it's really just because he's better than us. There's no cheating, there's no hacking, and I can't stress this enough. He doesn't deserve that kind of hate. I still get the shut up Wades and the, I can't remember all the different things. You know, Mark said stuff in the past and it stuck, and you know, fans come up to me and shut up, Wade. And it's just annoying to have that negative energy thrown at you. And people mean it in a lighthearted nature, but it's still by the 100th time someone just comes up to you and you say, oh, how you doing? And they just go, shut up. It's like, cool. What do I say now? Haha, you got me. I'll shut up. Next. Like, I don't know. But for Gar to get all the hate for hacking and stuff he does, it's just not fair. So he does not cheat. He's just very good, very clever. And if I wore a hat to cover my balding head, I would say hats off to Gar, because he's awesome at this game. And at most games, but this one in particular. Now, games like Prop Hunt and stuff, we'll get them from time to time. But there's certain games where it's just like, bam, he's on top of it. What a good trap. Just like when Pat won that game of Ultimate Chicken Horse, and everyone gave him so much flack for it, but it was like, it was clever. There's no reason to give him hate for it. It was clever. He deserved that win. He took it. He saw the opportunity and bam, he took it. It's clever. You deserve an applause. We're playing a competitive game. You're supposed to try to win. Woo! SCTR1235 says, the ice makes sense because it hangs on edges of the roof and pulls shingles off. This is from Stay Close, a game of puzzly monsters and riddles. If you haven't watched it, it's good. I'd recommend check it out. Or play it yourself. But there is a riddle at the beginning of the game. And it's something like what destroys ships and breaks houses, or I don't remember exactly what the wording was. But the answer, spoiler alert, ended up being ice. And ice worked, but if I was in like senior year AP English class taking a test and the option for thunderstorm or hurricane was there, especially hurricane, it made more sense than ice. I know, Titanic hit an iceberg, sank, got it. Ice and snow piling up on a roof can break into the roof. I get it, it happens. But what's more devastating to a ship on the water or houses than a flippin' hurricane rolling through. So I think we even guessed snow before ice, because the weight of snow can crash through roofs. Like there was a football stadium in Minnesota that had too much snow sitting on top and it collapsed the roof in on it. Cool, okay, I'm with you. Ice was a bit of a stretch. Everyone says they guessed ice, but it's a bit of a stretch in my mind. Logic tells me that hurricanes destroy more ships and houses than ice. I mean, maybe not houses, because I guess there's a whole lot of houses up north that get a lot of snow and ice, but just, I don't know. I still stand by hurricane as the better answer there. I feel like my English teachers of old would agree with me that ice is a good answer, hurricane is a better answer. But whatever, I'm not bitter about it or anything. Not even a little. I'm like a warhead. I'm that bitter. That was my warhead. Dave, make that look like the warhead thing. Risk Ray says, the real killer of the Potter family, Voldemort with a beard. I don't know if I'm Voldemort again or not, but if you guys haven't seen the series Reigns, especially Reigns Part 2, you're missing out because Dave did some editing. That's like excellent. It's not like okay. That's like top of the morning to you laddies tier. You know? Cool. Glad you guys speak my same language. I'm hip. A kid, we had a trick-or-treater come on Halloween who was eyeless Jack. I was like, oh, you're eyeless Jack. He's like, finally, someone gets it. And I was like, I'm hip. I'm with it. I'm cool with the kids. Like, I speak teenager language lingo. I'm not too old. I'm hip. Statistics Show says, while I am displeased at your wholesale dismissal of an entire culture's worth of food, the claim that I made was I do not enjoy Mexican food. The game is pretty funny, and you guys are as well. Mexican food is mostly great. Pretend Mexican food that passes for authentic, not so much. This is from Shadow Warrior 2, and the conversation was about going to get food, and Bob, I think, suggested going to get Mexican food, knowing that I'm not a fan. And this whole, so this feels a little bit deeper than, you're just accusing me of the food here, because displeased at my wholesale dismissal of an entire culture's worth of food. That's an intense accusation there. So I'm not dismissing it for everyone. I'm not saying their food is bad. I'm saying I don't enjoy it, and personally, I find it gross. I took 4.5 years of Spanish, and every year we had at least 1 or 2 days during the year that we had to prepare our own dishes and bring them in. I made pollo con piña twice, which is chicken with pineapple, and it was kind of like a soup stew type dish, and it was all right. You know, it wasn't the best in the world, but it was all right. Other people liked it. People asked me for the recipe for it. I gave it out. They enjoyed it. I guess I made it well, but I found it okay. There's something in the meat, like taco meat and stuff. I forget what the name of this thing is, but I don't enjoy that at all. And therefore I don't enjoy foods made with it, which is a lot of Mexican food. I can't think what it's called. I think it starts with an S. It's not sriracha, but it's some kind of cilantro. I don't know, something like that. But I've tried authentic Mexican restaurants. I've tried your Taco Bells. I've tried different things, and I've just never found anything that I've enjoyed and wanted again. There's stuff that I'll tolerate, but it's just my taste buds disagree with it. I don't know why, but I'm not trying to dismiss an entire culture's worth of food. I just personally say it's not for me. There's some Chinese food I like. There's some Italian I like. There's American I like. There's probably some German I like. There's a lot of different foods out there that are pretty good. There's some Indian food I like. Chicken curry was pretty good. But we all have our own individual tastes, and mine just is very different than most. Most people go nuts for Mexican food, and that's awesome, but it's just not for me. So I'm sorry I displeased you at my wholesale dismissal of an entire culture's food, but you're welcome to enjoy it. You can have it all. Just don't ask me to eat it, and we're cool. I won't make you eat my chocolate chip cookies with potato chips in the middle. That combination of sweet and salty is good, but other people are like, My mom makes this great fried pork chop, mashed potatoes, country gravy, peas, biscuits meal. And I chop up the pork chop, I rip apart some biscuits, put some mashed potatoes, some gravy, some peas, mix it all together, salt and pepper it, mix it all together again, and it looks disgusting. It's probably the ugliest thing you'll ever see, but I eat the crap out of that. It's so good. And everyone else is like, I'm not hungry anymore after they see what my plate looks like. But let me tell you, that mixture is fantastic. Oh, man. You get like that flour milk gravy, you know, you brown the flour a little bit, pour your milk in. Use some like bacon grease or sausage grease. Yeah, it's fantastic. That's my taste. If you guys don't like it, I'm not gonna say you dismissed an entire family's worth of food or whatever, but it's fine. You guys can like Mexican food. I just don't, okay? Such a whiner. Mickey Young says, Young, I hope I said that right. Wade, please stay your lovable goofball properly. Lovable goofball self, okay? I have seen too many YouTubers change into stuck-up, ungrateful douchebags with their millions of subs and money. You are the 1% that is still the good old same great guy I found years ago, and I like it even when you got the million subs, you just stayed you. Unlike some people we know, you and Jack are the only ones I still truly watch and love from way back. All others got douchey. This is a weird scenario, and I'm thankful that you think I have not changed. I would counter that from my first video till now I have. I've opened up more. I'm much more comfortable being myself, and I think that's what a lot of people have done. So YouTube, let's get real here for a second. It's time for real talk. Like business suit, sunglasses, not strobe light, what's the... I don't know, some kind of, like, interrogation light thing, whatever. Real talk. So YouTube, I think everyone who starts off YouTube should start with the mindset of doing it as a hobby. Do it for fun. Don't do it because you want to get rich or make money or have it as a career. That's fine if you hope it becomes that one day, whatever else, but it's really hard to make money on YouTube. And even at the point where I'm at, where I've been able to hire an editor and such, it's like, I have salaried myself a very reasonable, normal, working person's salary. I'm not making bank by any means or whatever else. I make a good amount of money. I can pay the bills and we get by. We've been able to afford to go to conventions and stuff like that, but most of the convention money comes out of what's called the business account, business expenses. And that account exists to, you know, pay the taxes, pay Dave for her awesome work as an editor, and to pay for things like the games that I record, new equipment, computer repairs, things like that. So there is money to be made on YouTube, but it's hard to get to that point. It takes a long time. For a long time when I was doing YouTube, I was working another job. I was working at a gas station for the first year or so. I was working at an eye institute for like 6 months while I was doing YouTube, and it's hard. It's really hard to balance those things, especially if you're trying to post a video a day or every other day or 2 videos a day. It's tough. And you've got to get a lot of views to make even minimum wage type money. So approach it as a hobby and love what you do and see where it goes. And it gets to a point whenever you can make the switch, like I made the switch to being full-time on YouTube. Oh man, two years ago, year and a half ago, I don't remember, something like that. I think it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. And every single YouTuber has to ask themselves, okay, where do I draw the line, right? Like, when do I post just the things that I want to play, or do I post the things I think people will watch? And we all have a line in our minds of like what that is. I enjoy all the things I play, but there are still times where I either won't post some things, I'll be like, no one really wants to see that. Or I will post them, it's like, oh, all right, I'll give this a shot. I think people would like this. And I don't know that I would go as far as to say that's selling out, but there is this mental battle you go through with, okay, I got 10 million views on this FNAF animation. Do I do lots of more FNAF? Do I do more animations? Or do I just go about my business and go back to posting, you know, single player Oxenfree, or this horror game, or more Gmod, or Ultimate Chicken Horse, etc., etc. So we all have these battles, and whenever YouTube becomes your job, you almost have to somewhat worry about it, because you do want to keep paying the bills, right? But it's not a fun side of YouTube to talk about, so most of us don't talk about that often, myself included. But I think that's the most pivotal period for YouTubers, is trying to figure out exactly where we all draw that line. So for me, I still play a lot of games I really enjoy. I've done a lot of Dead by Daylight. You guys enjoy it too. Sometimes I'll play a game that I know you guys won't watch that much, but I really want to play it, or I want to see how it does, yada yada yada. But on the flip side, it's not all about how things do and making money either, right? So this channel, Lord Minion 777, has over 1 million subscribers, and my average viewed video gets like 70 or 80,000 views, something like that. Some of them do a lot less, some of them do a lot more. A lot of my views come over time. You get to learn these things as you run a channel. You're like, oh wow, I didn't know this video got this many views. Like, I go back and do these reading your comments videos, and I see how many views videos from a week or two have, and it's like, man, a lot of people watch this like 3 days after I posted it. I had no idea that this got this popular. But no matter what I post, I'm doing all right, you know? YouTube's doing all right for me. Am I getting rich by the way I run things? No. But I'm also not struggling to be able to pay a bill. You know, we're gonna have electric and water, and I'm very thankful for that, because a very large portion of my life was spent struggling. I don't want to go into it. I wasn't dirt poor by any means, but life was very much a struggle for my family for a while, and I haven't forgotten that. It's still tough, but you have to enjoy what you do. I think that's important, and I think you guys know that. I think you can see that. And I do enjoy what I do. I enjoy the way I post things. But I care about what you guys want to see too. And so here's the question that we all have to ask. Is it selling out to post a video that I think you guys would like to watch? It really depends, I guess, on why you do it. Am I doing it so I get more views, or am I doing it so more of you will enjoy the content? That's the question. And I believe it's a mixture of both. It's like, okay, I think this will do well. I think you guys will enjoy it. So let's see how it does. Let's try this Little Big Planet 3 out. Let's try this. Or it's something that I've been doing, like Kingdom, for example. Kingdom does not get the views that like a Dead by Daylight video does. You guys can compare the two if you want. I don't pay attention to numbers that much. There was like a 6-month period where I cared a lot, and it burnt me out on YouTube quite a bit. It wasn't fun. So I quit paying attention to these things, and it's like, okay, let me see how the comments are. If people are enjoying it, I'll keep going. If they're not really enjoying it, maybe we'll put an end to it. But Kingdom is one of those games that I've had fun with, and I want to get to the end for you guys. And at the same time, it's one of those videos that doesn't get millions of views. And that's not shocking, you know, it's not a shocking thing to me. But it's a hard balance to know why we're making these decisions. And I think everybody draws their lines at a different place. So YouTuber X might say, okay, I'm going to only post games that are really long. So I'm going to have 10 series of 300 videos per series. That's fine. If that's the way they want to do it, that's fine. YouTuber Z might say, okay, I want to just try out a whole bunch of different kind of games. So I'm going to post one video per game out there and have 10 million playlists of 1 or 2 videos. And that's the way I'm going to run things. That's fine too. So I don't know that I don't know who you're referring to here as being douchey, but the people I know, you know, we all run our channels our own ways, and that's the cool thing to me. There are definitely people that try to exploit things that exist out there, who milk games or whatever else for everything they're worth. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine. If that game loses popularity, they're in trouble. But everyone has a right to kind of run their channel the way they want to. As long as, to me, as long as it's not at somebody else's expense, and there are channels out there that do that too. There's channels out there that do everything. I mean, the YouTube is an open playground where there's good, bad, ugly, indifferent. But to me, as long as you care about your community, who cares, you know? Post, be you. I'm being me. I play the kind of games that I want to play for fun anyway. Am I great at all the games I play? No. Some of them would I play if they weren't for YouTube? Probably not. The Insult Simulator, for one. That's not a game I would have bought on Steam 10 years ago. But now that I'm experiencing a whole lot of different things, it's like, this looks like it'd be fun. This looks like it'd be funny. I could get a laugh out of this. So let's try it. And I think that's one of the cool things about YouTube. Will it do great? I don't know. I posted a video of that for you guys yesterday. I don't even know how it's doing. I've not looked at the views on it. I think I got a comment from it later on in this video, but I have no idea. But I had fun with it, and I hope you guys have fun with it. So, if YouTube's your job, should you care about numbers? Probably a little bit. Do you have to go crazy with them? No. I think the most important thing is you love what you're doing and people love what you're doing. And we all, I think, have an idea of what selling out is. I got called a sellout whenever I did a mobile game, it was sponsored, a sponsored mobile game like a year ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I don't remember when I did it. That's how people felt about it. Okay. Some people felt the other way. They're like, oh wait, it's really cool that you got sponsorship. Okay. You guys can feel however you want. The way I saw it was, I was actually interested in the content and the thing it was based on, so it's like, cool. Why not? You know, why not do it? On the flip side, there have been brand deals that have come to me, sponsorship deals where I've been like, no, I wouldn't enjoy this and it feels dirty, so I'm not gonna do it. But you guys have to decide, and each YouTuber, streamer, etc. has to decide, where do we draw this line? And I think we all have a different spot at where we see that. And we all have different motivations. I might see the glass half full. I'm doing this because I'm curious how, or I think you guys will like it. But you could also look at that and say, well, if you think that they're gonna like it, you think you're gonna get more views out of it, so you're just doing it for the views. I don't know. I don't know how the right way to look at things is. It's tough. It's a tough question. But all I know is since that 6-month period a couple of years ago, whenever I was going through a weird phase in my mind, I've been a lot happier just going out there, playing games with friends, finding cool solo games, finding out what you guys like and don't like, and just finding a happy balance. There's a good balance to be found. So, am I growing as fast as I possibly could be on YouTube? No, by all means, no. Am I growing faster than I probably deserve? Yeah, I'd say so in my mind. But am I happy with what I'm doing? Yes, very. And that's the most important part of me. I'm having fun with YouTube. So whether you think I'm the 1% that's still good old same great guy, awesome. If you feel I've sold out and stepped the wrong way, you're fair. It's fair that you feel that way too, because YouTube is my job. So take that for what it is. Believe me or not, whenever I do take sponsored deals or tell you guys to try out a game or this or that, it's not because I would do that for money. When I was struggling 2-3 years ago, really having a hard time, I still wouldn't go that far. And like I said, I'm comfortable right now. Do I live in a mansion? No. I'm trying to save up to find a bigger place so Molly and I have our own office space and stuff like that, but it's tough. Things happen and you know, you gotta pay to repair this, or your car needs that, and then there goes the savings you'd built up. But you know, we're trying. We want to get more space, but I'm not gonna be there in a week or anything like that. It takes a long time. But that being said, I didn't sell out before. Why would I sell out now? In my mind, maybe you guys feel differently. I don't know, but it's just the way things are. Some people are in it for money. Some people are in it for fun. Most people are in it for a combination of the two. We've all got to, you know, buy food and pay bills. That's just the facts of life. You have to have money. Money is a necessary evil, so they say, until we come up with a system that doesn't require it. So take that for what it is. Be careful what you trust out there, what people are trying to sell you or say to you. But also don't be too hard on people and think that we're always out to get you, or we're always trying to use you, or this or that, because that's not true. I've gone to way too many conventions and met way too many of you. I've got way too many awesome stories to ever use any of you guys. One of my favorite stories to tell, which is probably one of the ones that always gets the tears in my eyes, was a year and a half ago probably. I met a girl who wanted me to sign her wrist. And I said, okay, that's kind of a random thing. Like, you know, hand or cheek or something like that. That happens more often. Shirt, book, whatever. But wrist is new. Okay, sure, I'll do that. And she turns over her wrists, and there's scars all up and down her arms. And I hesitate, and she tells me that she's been cutting for a good portion of her life. She's been cutting. And she said that watching my videos were one of the only things that made her happy and would keep her from cutting. So she said meeting me it changed her life for the better, and that if I signed her wrist, she'd get it tattooed, and if I saw her again, she'd show me that she would never cut again. And I've never had to deal with cutting or self-harming before. That was something new to me. I know about it, but I've never actually, that was the first time it was staring me in the face. So I signed it, and I hugged her. I think we both probably cried some. I tried very hard to keep myself stoic, but stoic, the right word? Probably not. Year and a half later at PAX East, I think maybe it was, I see her again. And at first I don't recognize her. I think she had her hair different or was wearing cosplay or whatever else. I don't remember. But whenever she comes up, I see the look in her eye, and then it hits me. It's like, oh, that's her. I remember her. It was like a year and a half ago. Oh no, don't tell me. And she comes up, and she just turns her arm over, and there's my name tattooed on her wrist. And I lost it. Tears were welling in my face, a couple streamed down my cheeks, and I couldn't say anything. I just hugged her, and she couldn't say anything. And finally, when we got ourselves back together, she told me, since I met you last year, I went and got this tattooed that night or the next day, and I've not cut since. I mean, that's life-changing to meet a person who tells you that you've done that for them, That's the great thing about going to conventions and meeting you guys. I get stories like that. I get comments that tell me things like that. Mark, Jack, Bob, me, Pat Gar, JP, D-Live, Entwin. I could name all the YouTubers I've ever worked with, streamers, etc. Molly here too. We've all had stories like that we've shared with each other. Not exactly like that, but I'm very blessed that I work with great people who care about their fans. And some of us may seem different than we did on day one, but we all love you guys. And you guys have changed all of our lives, as we've changed many of yours. So I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but from what I know and what I know of myself, that's not worth a couple $100 for a sponsorship. I don't want to jeopardize having you guys for anything, much less a few bucks that won't be worth anything in a month, I mean, a couple $100 sounds great right now, sure. Some of us, a couple $100 is a life-changing amount of money, but at the end of the day, that's like one car payment, I'm not going to sacrifice my channel and the stories I have to make and share with you all for that. A couple $1,000, $100,000, $1 million. What do you have if you've got nothing but money? You got nothing, you got nobody. It's one thing I've learned about doing YouTube is, I was able to pay bills and not sweat for the first time ever like this year. And I didn't feel any different about it. It's cool that you can pay it, but it's like going and buying a meal. You just pay it, you get your change, you move on. It doesn't make life better. It doesn't make you happier. The people in your life are what makes life worth living. The people that you watch on YouTube, the people that you meet, the people in the comment section you can banter with, the family, the friends. Just watching movies or shows. It's like they're playing games. There's things in life that are worth so much more to our psyches and happiness than having a few bucks. So If that puts me in some 1% category that's still the same old great guy, awesome. But there's a lot of great guys out there, and I don't want to take credit for being the only one or anything like that. So I appreciate that you see me that way, but there's a lot of great people I work with, and I don't know, this got way too involved probably. I don't know how long I've been talking. You guys can just skip through this. Day, if you could, just put like the 46-minute mark or something as where people can skip through this. They don't want to watch this whole thing, because this was way too long, but it's just something that I don't talk about with you guys very much, because I like to have fun here. The serious talk isn't as fun, but I've got nothing to hide, so I want you guys in on the truth. That being said, we still have like 9 or 10 comments to go, so let's move on to the next one. Vivica Ophelia says, I saw this title and of course started watching immediately. And I forgot I was cooking food. I almost burned my noodles. This is from Dark Souls 3 DLC, Ashes of Ariandel, Ariel, whatever it's called. I don't know. The title was Doofus and the Alpha Wolf. So I'm glad that you didn't burn down your house or ruin your noodles. It's a good episode. I think the DLC's been pretty fun so far. Don't get me wrong, it's been pretty fun so far. But if you guys are gonna watch responsibly and don't burn your noodles. Noodles are good. I go for some chicken Alfredo or some spaghetti meatballs right now. Last time I made that noise, I think was a video with Mark where we did the baby and Jesse, the baby food eating, and I had the fruit cup finally after all the stupid meat and vegetable baby foods. The fruit ones tasted so Don't burn your noodles. Wolf Demon Warrior Meh. With their pictures, fan art from Kuro. Let me see. Kuro, I'm gonna get your last name, or your other name here pronounced correctly. Kuro Kunoichi. Kuro Kunoichi. I always call it Kunoichi, but it's Kunoichi. Drew and colored that. That was some awesome art, so thank you for making that, Kuro. And Wolf Demon, it's awesome that that's your picture there. But I didn't want to give credit to the artist. I'm not trying to say you stole their art or anything. I just want to give credit to Kuro for making that, because it's just cool. It's cool to see, like, you know, people use my faces for GIFs or things like that. It's just cool to see people taking stuff you've done and using it. But still, want to make sure credit's given where credit's due. So, Kuro, awesome. Wolf Demon Warrior Meh, nice taste. Wolf Demon Warrior Meh says, I was squealing in laughter so hard when you ran right past JP as the gas canister, question mark, that my mom came in and took my phone away because she thought I was going crazy. This was from a prop hunt video. And it is kind of crazy, isn't it, that we sit there and laugh at things like on our phones or laptops or whatever else. Like sometimes I'll be sitting in here and I'll turn on, I don't know, a random YouTube video, a Mark video, or what have you, a Game Grumps video, and there's just something silly that happens and you like start laughing out loud. I'm usually not one that laughs out loud at things. I'm one of those like silent, like smile but not laugh. Every now and then something gets me and I just start laughing. And then like you realize you're laughing out loud at something and it's just dead silent in the house and nobody else can hear anything. And they just hear you laughing to yourself in your room and it's like, I mean, I think I was crazy too. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you got your phone back though, because there's plenty more videos to watch. Ding! Shameless self-promotion. Shameless self-promotion. Come on down and watch Wade. It's all about that money, even though for 45 minutes I said it wasn't. Just kidding. I'm such an idiot. Tamia Walls says, and here we have the majestic Wade saying randomness once again. Poo on a shroom, but not on my shoe. Did I say that? I know I did. Never mind. I'm not even gonna question it. This is from The Journey of the Minion Lord, Part 1, which was the installment of the trilogy of the Minion Lord fan game made by Truly Mighty Potato. If you haven't watched that series, you should at least play the game if you're into the group of friends I have and me and whatnot else. It's a really cool fan game. I had a lot of fun with it. All 3 games. Poo on a shroom, but not on my shoe. And I wonder why people think we're crazy. I mean, I don't actually wonder. I know why they think that. But nonetheless, sometimes even what I say still surprises. Every comments video, I find one. It's like, I said that? Really? Found another one. Schlong Dong Million. How did I almost let that pass without realizing what I was saying out loud? Schlong Dong Millionaire says, Wade, you play this too fair. If you keep on doing this, You're going to be dead by daylight. Oh, but if I'm dead by daylight, I'll never be a schlong dong millionaire. That's a cool little, is that a red fox or raccoon or something? I'm getting told I play too fair by Schlong Dong Millionaire. Is this an all-time high or an all-time low? Or both, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Abert17 says, I barely understand this game, but I love it. Hide and shriek. And to tell you the truth, Abert17, I barely understand it either, which is why I got my rear kicked so much. You guys check it out. It's a fun game to play with a friend. The object of the game is to get more points than your friend. It's a one-on-one PvP type game. And it's a horror game where you can scare your friend, use traps against your friend that are also kind of jump scary. But ultimately, you got these orbs you can collect. You got to put these orbs on this sacrificial altar. Then your altar teleports around, and you've got to go find more orbs, get them to your altar. However, when you're carrying the orbs, you're invisible, but the orbs are not. So your friend can see where you're at and come try to scare you and make you drop your orb and get points that way. So you can either win by scaring your friend 3 times in a row by going up and getting in their face and scaring them, or by having more points at the end by collecting more orbs, getting your friend to set off more traps, etc., etc. So it's kind of one of those like risk rewards. Do you go for the orbs and the points, or are you more cautious and assume your friend will go for the orbs and the points and then you just try to scare your friend? That's my understanding of it now, but whenever I first started playing, I didn't fully grasp that. So hopefully that helps your understanding. It's a fun game to play with a friend. If you want to watch the video with Patrick and I, it's awesome. If not, play it for yourselves, or watch someone else play it. Whatever. It was a good experience. It was a new, interesting take on games, and I enjoy interesting new takes. I do. VGJGuy says, close enough. I just see in the title Weeping Angels, and as a Whovian, Sir Time replied, don't blink. And Chocolate says, Sir Time, I won't. So when you see a weeping angel, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. I borrowed that from Bad Lip Reading, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. They have like a little interaction with Yoda and Luke where Yoda ends up singing a song to Luke, and Luke's like, it was kind of pitchy, and Yoda's like, you didn't like it? And Luke says, I'm not your friend, and Yoda just goes, don't fall asleep. If you haven't seen Bad Lip Reading Empire Strikes Back, check it out. I'll plug them. Hashtag not sponsored, but I enjoy that, and the song gets stuck in my head. Check it out. Beatriz Trigo says, LOL! Only Wade would be nice enough to win an insult argument with a compliment. Proud of you, Wade. Sam Williams, we are proud of him. Oh, sir, the insult simulator. If you don't know what they mean by winning an insult argument with a compliment, you should check it out, because I probably didn't deserve to win that one, but whenever a hamster gets replaced with your face, what can you do? Dang, you replace my face with a hamster. Cool. Glad we're on the same page. Comment 20 comes from our good old pal Garuku Blue Moon from Journey of the Minion Lord Part 3, which was the final chapter of the final chapter, so to speak. And Gar says, casts health drain. I sat in, spoiler alerts here, skip ahead if you don't want to hear this. I sat in the final boss battle for like an hour. It was a tough battle. It was a long battle. And then Gar got hit a couple times and it built up his tech point meter. Decided to try out health drain. Health drain did like 10 bajillion damage and destroyed the final boss. It was OP. Had no idea it did that. I thought, it was like a Pokemon move, like, Giga Drain or Mega Drain or something, where it was like, okay, this will do some damage, restore some health, makes sense. I did not know that health drain was gonna be like, apocalypse rains down in the blood of your enemies and kills them all. But that's what it was like. Nico D'Angelo says, Day really is awesome. These two are like the dynamic duo of YouTube comedy. Does that sound weird? No, but what is weird is, Day, make me Batman, but like cooler looking, and Molly Catwoman, and you could be Bat Robin Girl. Put us on the screen as those three. Yeah. Does that sound weird? Did that look weird? It's probably weird. Did it happen? Or was I just sitting here stupidly staring at you? I'll never know until this video comes out, then I can see. KA Life says, oh wait, hold the phone. Is this last comment of the video? Last comment of the video. Windows Vista laptops. Spider Spears. Britney Spears. Michael Douglas. Someone you guys know. Justin Bieber. Fire a turkey. Last comment of the video, yeah! KA Life says, for Halloween, Wade should go as a playoff win so Bengals fans might see one. For once. Oh. Glad this was the last comment, because I think I'm done with my computer for a while. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Reading Your Comments. I'm Wade, wading through your comments, Lord 7,000,7777777. Hope you've all enjoyed 21 of those 22 comments. Not saying I have 21 favorites and one that I... For once. Stay tuned for whatever comes next. If you want to see your comment, make a note of reading your comments video, start commenting on this video and videos that I'm making in the future. That being said, you can still go back and comment on old videos if you go back and watch them. I still go back and look sometimes. I'm not saying I don't, because I do. Until next time, see ya guys.